Good morning to all. I'm going to present my seminar topic on the poem Resolution and Independence written by William Wordsworth. In this poem, I'm going to explain stanza 5 to 12. Let us see one by one. I heard the skylark warbling in the sky, and I bethought me of the playful hare. Even such a happy child of earth am I. Far from the world I walk and from all care. But there may come another day to me, solitude, pain of heart, distress, and poverty. The poet, amidst the skylark warbling in the sky, compares himself to the playful hare. He also compares himself to a happy child of earth to project how happy he is at the moment. He enjoys the blissful morning he feels far from the world, also from all care. At first, he was in the happy mood, and then he is reminded of that another kind of day that might come to him, a day of solitude, the pain of heart, distress, and poverty. Stanza 6. My whole life I have lived in pleasant thought, as if life's business were a summer mood, as if all needful things would come unsought to genial faith, still rich in genial good. But how can he expect that others should build for him, sow for him, and at his call love him, who for himself will take no heed at all? The poet now recalls how his life has been in perfect happiness, like that of a summer mood. He thinks of life and how gratuitously it has come to him. He would get everything without making any attempt to get it. Then he thinks of the possibility of God's infinite goodwill and of how long it could last if he fails to take care of himself and expect others to take care of himself. Stanza 7. I thought of Chatterton, the marvelous boy, the sleepless soul that perished in his pride, of him who walked in glory and in joy, following his plough along the mountain side. By our own spirits are we defied. We poets in our youth begin in gladness, but there oft come in the end despondency and madness. His mind wavered back to Thomas Chatterton and Robert Burns. The poets enjoyed glory and happiness in the English tradition and admired by Wordsworth. But the fame they enjoyed at youth turned out to be the reason for their fall, leading them to hopelessness and madness. Stanza 8. Now, whether it were by peculiar grace, a leading from above, a something given, yet it befell that in this lonely place, when I with these untoward thoughts had striven, beside a pool bare to the eye of heaven, I saw a man before me unawares, the oldest man he seemed that ever wore grey hairs. Stanza 8 turns a turning point in the poem as the poet introduces a new character into the poem. He wonders how he, by special favor of God or divine influence, saw a man in daylight when he was engrossed in the perverse and melancholy thoughts. He seemed the oldest among the grey haired old men. Stanza 9. As a huge stone is sometimes seen to lie, couched on the bald top of an eminence, wonder to all who do the same espy, by what means it could thither come and whence, so that it seems a thing endued with sense, like a sea beast crawled forth that on a shelf of rock or sand respoth that to sun itself. The old man looked like a huge stone on the top of the mountain. Those who behold the stone may wonder about how it has come to occupy this position and where it came from. This motionless rock appeared to be full of life and looked like a sea beast that had come out of the water to take rest on a reef or sandbank in the warmth of the sun. Stanza 10. Such seemed this man, not all alive or dead, nor all sleep in his extreme old age. His body was bent double, feet and head, coming together in life's pilgrimage, as if some dire constraint of pain, of rage, of sickness felt by him in times long past, a more than human weight upon his frame and cast. The old man seemed neither completely alive nor dead or inactive due to his extreme old age. His body was so bent that his feet and head were very close together, as if this condition could have been caused due to his intense suffering or physical strain or some terrible disease. A great weight of his past suffering, rage, or sickness had taken a toll and bowed him down. He was carrying a weight too heavy for his old age. Stanza 11. Himself he propped, limbs, body, and pale face, upon a long grey staff of shaven wood, and still, as I drew near with gentle pace, upon the margin of that Moorish flood, motionless as a cloud, the old man stood, that heareth not the loud winds when they call, and moveth altogether if it move at all. His weak limbs, his body with the pale face were resting on the staff made of wood. The poet moves with gentle steps towards the old man who stands beside the bank of the river. When the old man moves, his whole body moves, similar to how he stays motionless. Stanza 12. At length, himself unsettling he the pond, stirred with his staff, and fixedly did look upon the muddy water which he combed, as if he had been reading in a book. And now a stranger's privilege I took, and drawing to his side, to him did say, This morning gives us promise of a glorious day. The old man moving disturbs the calm water of the lake with his staff. His eyes are fixed on the water as if he is deeply involved in reading a book. The poet moves towards him and starts a conversation like a usual stranger does. Thank you.